Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. Hello, dear viewers. Get ready to expand your horizons as we delve into Bradford Washburn. Henry Bradford Washburn Jr. June 7, 1910 January 10, 2007 was an American explorer, mountaineer, photographer, and cartographer. He established the Boston Museum of Science, served as its director from 1985 until his death served as its honorary director, a lifetime appointment. Bradford married Barbara Polk in 1940. They honeymooned in Alaska, making the first ascent of Mount Bertha together. Washburn is especially noted for exploits in 4 areas, was one of the leading American mountaineers in the earth through the earth, putting up first ascents and new routes on many major Alaskan peaks, often with his wife, Barbara Washburn, one of the pioneers among female mountaineers and the first woman to summit Denali Mount McKinley. He pioneered the use of aerial photography in the analysis of mountains and in planning mountaineering expeditions. His thousands of striking black and white photos, mostly of Alaskan peaks and glaciers, are known for their wealth of informative detail and their artistry. They are the reference standard for route photos of Alaskan climbs. He was responsible for creating maps of various mountain ranges, including Denali, Mount Everest, and the Presidential Range in New Hampshire. His stewardship of the Boston Museum of Science. Several of these achievements, e.g. the Everest map and subsequent further work on the elevation and geology of Everest, were carried out when Washburn was in his hands. As we enter this new chapter, let's navigate the complexities of biography and unravel its multifaceted nature. Washburn was born on June 7, 1910, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, to a Boston Brahmin family whose roots trace back to Mayflower passenger elder William Brewster. Brewster was the Pilgrim colonist leader and the spiritual elder of the Plymouth colony. Washburn's father, the very Rev. Henry Bradford Washburn Sr., was an avid outdoorsman and was dean of the Episcopal Theological School in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Washburn's mother was Edith Buckingham Hall. His younger brother was Sherwood Land Washburn, nicknamed Sherry, who was a physical anthropologist and pioneer in the field of primatology. He received an undergraduate degree from Harvard University, where he was a member of the Harvard Mountaineering Club. He returned to Harvard to earn a master's degree in geology and geography in 1960. Washburn was an avid pilot and made his first solo flight in a fleet biplane at Boeing Field in Seattle in 1934. He earned his private flying license at Roosevelt Field on Long Island later that year. Brace yourself for a deep dive into expeditions as we explore its impact and relevance in our evolving narrative. Washburn embarked on a notable expedition in 1937 to 17,147 feet 5,226 m Mount Lukania in the Yukon. To do this, he and climbing partner Robert Bates had to reach Walsh Glacier, 8,750 to 2,670 m above sea level. He called upon Bob Reeve, a famous Alaskan bush pilot, who later replied by cable to Washburn, "Anywhere you'll ride, I'll fly." The ski-equipped Fairchild F-51 made several trips to the landing site on the glacier without event in May, but on landing with Washburn and Bates in June, the plane sank into unseasonal slush. Washburn, Bates, and Reed pressed hard for 5 days to get the airplane out, and Reed was eventually able to get the airplane airborne with all excess weight removed and the assistance of a smooth icefall with a steep drop. Washburn and Bates continued on foot to make the first ascent of Lukania, and after an epic descent and journey to civilization, they hiked over 150 miles through the wilderness to safety in the small town of Burwash Landing. As Reed had been unable to return to the glacier with his aircraft, Washburn and Bates chose to leave behind or dump a 900-pound cache of supplies. This cache was located and recovered in 2022. Now, we shift our focus to honors a topic that deserves our attention. Washburn was elected a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 1956. Washburn gathered many awards over the course of his career, including 9 honorary doctorates. In 1979, he received Gold Medal of the Royal Scottish Geographical Society for outstanding contributions to cartographic research. He and his wife received 2 awards from the National Geographic Society. In 1980, they received the Alexander Graham Bell Medal, and in 1988 they received the Centennial Award. In 1979, he received Gold Medal of the Royal Scottish Geographical Society for outstanding contributions to cartographic research. In 1998, he was awarded the Royal Geographical Society's Cherry Carton Medal and Award. In 1994, he received King Albert Medal of Merit from Belgium's King Albert Foundation in recognition of his guiding spirit in the ambitious and successful enterprise of making a new large-scale map of the roof of the world from 1982 to 1991. In this section, we'll be exploring death. Washburn died of heart failure on January 10, 2007, at the age of 96, in a retirement home in Lexington, Massachusetts. In addition to his wife, he left a son, Edward, and 2 daughters, Dorothy and Elizabeth. As we progress through this video, let's shift our attention towards Bradford Washburn American Mountaineering Museum and uncover its hidden depths. The Bradford Washburn American Mountaineering Museum (BWAMM) is devoted to mountaineering, the mountains, science and art, and the dissemination of knowledge, all things that Washburn exemplified. BWAMM is a joint project of the American Alpine Club, Colorado Mountain Club, and National Geographic Society, and is located in Golden, Colorado, February 16, 2008. Let's transition to selected Alaskan first ascents and uncover its significance. 1933, Pointed Peak, Fairweather Range, St. Elias Mountains. 1934, East Ridge above the plateau, Mount Crillon, Fairweather Range, Alaska, United States of America. FA with H. Adams Carter, summit attained July 19, 1934. 1937, Mount Lukania, St. Elias Mountains, Yukon, Canada. 1938, Mount Marcus Baker, Chuvich Mountains. 1938, Mount Sanford, Wrangell Mountains. 1940, Mount Bertha, Fairweather Range, St. Elias Mountains. 1941, Mount Hayes, Alaska Range. 1944, Mount Dissection, Alaska Range. 1947, McGonigal Mountain, Alaska Range. 1951, West Buttress Route on Denali, Alaska Range. 1951, Halda Dome, Alaska Range. 1955, Mount Dickey, Alaska Range. If you have any suggestions for future videos, feel free to drop them in the comments section.